Hello and welcome to the ASC and Technology section of this Inclusive Digital Technologies course. Just to clarify some terminology, the term Autism Spectrum Condition is becoming more widespread in use, especially in schools. Education and social care professionals feel that ASC is preferable to ASD as they want to move away from the negative connotations associated with the word disorder. Over the years, different diagnostic labels have been used, such as autism, autism spectrum disorder, autism spectrum condition, classic autism, canner autism, pervasive developmental disorder, high-functioning autism, Asperger's syndrome, pathological demand avoidance. As part of your research in this area, you will no doubt come across most of these terms and will learn more about the unique strengths autistic people have and the challenges they face. What should you be considering when exploring issues relevant to ASC and technology? According to Dr. Sue Fletcher-Watson, a developmental psychologist based at the University of Edinburgh, research studies tell us that, relative to their age and level of learning, people with autism frequently show a strong preference and ability for using technology. Alongside this area of strength, it is also known that autistic individuals need support to learn some specific skills to operate in the predominantly neurotypical world. So it makes perfect sense that we should have a go at teaching these skills through the medium of technology. Dr. Fletcher-Watson strongly believes in the power of technology to provide transformative, effective, accessible supports to the autism community. To have the greatest benefit, these need to be grounded in research, evidence, properly evaluated, but also meet with the high expectations of the consumer in design and functionality. Laughland KB 2016 states that the proliferation of inexpensive mobile technology has dramatically changed how service providers deliver educational and behavioural services to individuals with autism spectrum disorder. For individuals with autism, mobile technology can be used effectively not only for entertainment or as an augmentative and alternative communication device, but also to assist in teaching academic subjects. For social skills, video modelling to reinforce desired behaviours, in speech and language therapy. It can be used for visual supports and to enhance organisational and functional life skills, as well as to help increase independence. The possibilities are endless. But how do we know what technology to choose and for what purpose? Going back to Dr. Fletcher-Watson's comments, to have the greatest benefit, the choice of assistive technology should be grounded in research evidence and properly evaluated. I would advise you to refer to the recommended reading list as a starting point for your research. This will help you consider the role of inclusive digital technologies for learners with autism spectrum condition. Let's take video modelling as one aspect of technology which can support social skills development in individuals with autism. Ayres and Langone 2005 defined video modelling as the modelling of a target behaviour in a recorded format that results in video representation via an electronic medium. Nikopoulos and Keenan 2004 observed that the use of video modelling increased social initiation and reciprocal play skills were enhanced. And interestingly, these effects were maintained at 1 and 3 month follow-up periods. Accessing research evidence is key to helping you understand the issues around the implementation and use of assistive technology for people with autism. The reading and research will form the basis of writing your case study and will also include critical analysis, independent thoughts and views, conceptual thinking, and understanding from personal experience and perspective. You may choose to do a case study on technology in ASC and be required to critically assess the use of digital technologies. such as video modelling, within your school or comparative setting, and to measure its impact on supporting a pupil or pupils with autism. Research has indicated that educators can apply video modelling in school settings. Bellini and Akulian, 2007, reported that the majority of the studies they reviewed using this type of teaching, using technology, took place in school settings. What happens at school level is impacted by local and national policies and legislation. The Scottish Strategy for Autism 2018-21 sets out the priorities for action through to 2021 to improve outcomes for autistic people living in Scotland. These outcomes are actually unchanged from the outcomes framework launched in 2015. What technologies are being used in school that support choice and control, which relates to Strategic Outcome 2 in this policy documentation? It states, autistic people are treated with dignity and respect, and services are able to identify their needs and are responsive to meet these needs. So, if someone is non-verbal, are they provided with a communication device or a tablet with a symbolised communication app to give them a voice? How can you support this to happen out with school, to embed the use of assistive technologies in all areas of life to ensure that autistic people enjoy the highest attainable standard of living, greater independence, and are able to be active citizens, thus addressing the other 3 outcomes of this policy document? Professor Andy Hargreaves, a member of the International Council of Education Advisors and advisor to the Scottish Government on the National Improvement Framework, says, assistive technology is not simply a device such as a laptop or a piece of software, nor is it a single investment in time and resources. It is an interconnected system that encompasses planning, professional development, personnel, and equipment. Your research and study of academic literacies on the subject of assistive technologies to support learners with autism spectrum condition, in conjunction with your exploration and trialling of technologies with these learners, could be the basis of your assignment. Remember, it's useful to document what didn't work as well as what did work. In fact, probably more important so, as lessons can be learned from our failures, and it might not have been a complete failure. It could have not worked because of just one aspect being wrong, maybe the timing of the implementation not being right, or not having insufficient training provided. These factors could influence the effectiveness of the technology, rather than assuming the technology itself was an incorrect choice. Be creative in your data collection methods. For example, perhaps using a combination of observation, audio recording, note-taking, and listening to the pupils, and take time to consider an appropriate research method to measure outcomes. Remember, multiple methods of data can help to triangulate and strengthen your findings and conclusions. Many of the technologies that support the needs of a learner with autism spectrum condition will be covered in the other sections of the Learn site. Take, for example, communication. Communication impairment is a common feature of autism spectrum condition. Some people benefit from the use of alternative augmentative communication, known as AAC. AAC includes any type of communication that is not speech in order to replace or supplement talking. To find out more on AAC, refer to the section on Technology to Support Communication, and not forgetting the Call Scotland website itself, which has a wealth of information on it, and a dedicated AAC Scotland page where you can access our free online learning modules. Other areas of difficulty for someone with autism may include reading and writing, so you can head over to the section on Technology to Support Literacy and Numeracy Difficulties, where you'll find relevant information and reading material. Don't underestimate the value of your role as an in situ practitioner. No one will have that level of knowledge or first-hand experience of how recommended good practice can be successful or otherwise, and the reasons for it happening or not happening. With this overview and understanding of internal and external factors that are integral to this interconnected system, your observations and trialling of assistive technologies with ASC learners will provide you with new knowledge and skills to improve attainment, engagement, and inclusion of these learners. If you have resources or articles on this subject that would be of interest to others, please share them on the discussion board. A transcript of this video with references is available in the download link below. Good luck with the course.